Hello and welcome. In this video, we will be covering while loop in Python. Before diving into the while loop, let's first understand the difference between for and while loop in Python. In Python, we use for loop when we know in advance how many times we want to run a block of code, like iterating over a list, string or a range, etc. On the other hand, while loop is used when we don't know exactly how many times we want the loop to run. We just want it to continue as long as a certain condition is true. So the for loop is count controlled and the while loop is condition controlled. As for the definition of while loop, a while loop is used to execute a block of code repeatedly as long as the specified condition is true. While loop is similar to for loop in terms of syntax, but with a little difference. Let's say we want to print the number from 1 to 5. First, we will define a variable I with some value like 1, and then we will jump straight into the while loop, while, and we say that I is smaller or equals to 5, and then put a semicolon in front of it. Semicolon is must when using conditions or loops in Python. And now after this, I will say something like print I, and after this we need to increment this while loop. Okay, so for incrementation we need to do something like I equals to I plus 1. This will increment it. Okay, now if I run this log of code, it will execute it from 1 to 5. Okay, here we say I equals to 1, so it started from 1. Okay, now if I say 0, it will start this code from 0. See, it starts from 0 and ends on the 5th number. Okay, when it reaches the 6th number, it terminates this while loop. Okay, while loop takes one condition, and until that condition is satisfied to be true, it will just keep on iterating, as we saw earlier in the definition section of this while loop. Be careful when using the while loop. We need to increment this counter. If we don't increment this, it will go into the infinite loop. Now if I comment it down and then run this while loop, it will continue iterating infinitely. Okay, so we always need to increment this while loop, otherwise it will go into an infinite loop. Now if I again print it, it will say something like this. Now for the debugging process, first of all I need to press debug and then press F8. Okay, now it came here, the I is 0. Now if I press F8 again, it actually print I and then show I equals to 1. Now if I press F8 again, it jump right at this section and add plus 1 to it. Okay, like this. If I again print it, it will go, and now I becomes 6. So this while loop will see if I is smaller or equals to 5. So actually I is not equals to 5, it will terminate this block of code. Okay, we can also use the break statement in the while loop, as we did it in the for loop. Okay, so if I say I equals to 1 and then say while I is smaller or equals to 10, then say if I equals to 5, bracket. Okay, then say print I and then increment it I plus equals to 1. Now this I equals to I plus 1 and I plus equals to 1 both are same. Okay, what does this break statement do? Here we say that I equals to 1 and provide some condition that while I is smaller or equals to 10, so it will actually print the values from 1 to 10. But we also provide another condition that if I equals to 5, break this condition. Okay, now when I reaches 5, it will terminate the while loop. Now if I print it, see, when while loop reaches to the 5th number, it actually terminates the while loop. We can also use continue statement. Okay, continue statement is a little bit different from the break statement. If I say I equals to I is smaller than 5, and here we actually increment the I at the end of the while condition. But when we want to use the continue statement, we will use the increment function at the start of the while condition. Okay, like this, I plus equals to 1. Now after this we need to provide some condition like if I equals to 3, continue. Okay, and now we need to print I. Now what will this condition perform? Okay, so it will actually ignore the number 3 in this list. Okay, so here actually we are printing the numbers from 1 to 5, and within these number it will actually ignore 3 number. Now if I print it, you're gonna see that it actually print, let me comment it down. If I print it, it actually leaves 2, 4 and 5. We put the increment at the start of the condition, so it actually leaves 1 off. Now if I print it again, it will start from 1. So 1, 2, 4 and 5, it actually leaves 3. Now there is another real life example. We want to create a system that will ask the user to enter the password, and the user has only 3 attempts. If the user put the right password, it will tell the user that login is successful. But if the user try to attempt more than 3 tries, it will say that access is denied. So we will be using the while loop in this matter. So first of all, I will say that login attempt simulation. After this, I am going to say attempt equals to input and enter the password, or say enter password. Okay, then say password equals to admin and tries equals to 1, while attempt is not equals to password and tries is less than 3, attempt equals to input wrong password, try again. So here at first we only give 1 try to the user, okay, but here the user fails to enter the correct password. So here we need to increment the tries. Okay, so tries plus equals to 1. Now we need to specify another condition, like if attempt equals to password, print login successful, else print too many attempts, access denied. Now if I run this, it will ask me for a password. Now if I enter a wrong password, it will say that wrong password, again wrong password, again wrong password. It will say too many attempts, access denied. So we tried for 3 times. Now if I put a correct password like ADMIN, it will say that login successful. How it works? At first we say that attempt equals to input enter password. So this input function here will ask the user to enter the password, and after this we specified the password, which is an admin. We can actually give any password like 123. Now if I say 123, it will say login successful. Okay, then at first we give only 1 try to the user. After this we say that if attempt, this is the first attempt, if it is not equals to the password and try is less than 3, okay, so allow the user to try again. This block here will ask the user again to enter the password, and here we actually increment it. This 3 here and this increment here will allow the user to try to attempt password for 3 times. Now after this we created another condition like if else condition, in which we say that if attempt equals to password, login successful, or if the condition is not true, say that too many attempts, access denied. Okay, so this is it for the while loop. I hope you will understand the while loop. Thanks for watching the video.